Stimulus control is when a behavior occurs when a given stimulus is present and a different behavior occurs when the stimulus is absent. The given stimulus that modifies the behavior is referred to as a discriminative stimulus. For example, when a stop sign is present at an intersection, drivers are more likely to brake as opposed to when the stop sign is not present. The stop sign is the discriminative stimulus in the situation, and the associated behavior in its presence is braking. Here is another example. Carly is at the library. When the discriminative stimulus, Hannah, is present, Carly is distracted and is not productive. The behavior associated with the stimulus is not studying. However, when Hannah, the stimulus, is absent, Carly actively studies.
The basis for stimulus control is the three-term contingency, or the ABCs. The three terms are antecedent, behavior, and consequence. Discrimination training is the reinforcement of a behavior in the presence of the discriminative stimulus. When the discriminative stimulus is present, the behavior occurs and a consequence follows. However, when a different stimulus is present and the same behavior occurs, the consequence is different. For example, a stovetop is hot. Someone places their hand on the stovetop and they burn their hand. In another occurrence, the stovetop is not hot. Someone then places their hand on the stovetop and they don't burn their hand. The behaviors are the same, but the consequences are different. In the future, the person would be less likely to touch the stovetop when it is hot. In this example, Carly is in the library. Carly and Hannah have a conversation and Carly fails her test. The antecedent is their setting, the library. The behavior is talking to Hannah, and the consequence is the bad grade. However, with a different antecedent, their setting in the pilot house, the same behavior, talking, does not result in a consequence of a bad grade. In the future, Carly will be less likely to talk to Hannah when in the library and more likely to talk to her in the pilot house.
Through discrimination training, when one behavior is reinforced, the behavior may be applied to similar antecedents. For example, in this comic, the man gives his dog a treat every time she fetches the newspaper off the porch. Then, the same behavior is applied to the other newspapers in the area. Since the antecedents are similar, the same behavior occurs in order to acquire the desired consequence, the treat.
Here is another example of generalization. Sammy is a kitten who is less than a year old, and he doesn't like to take baths. In order to help train Sammy to take baths, Hannah uses treats whenever he plays in the water. However, due to the treats being a reinforcement, Sammy continues to play with water, hoping to get a treat as a result. The generalization of the playing in water behavior also extends to other behaviors that create a similar sound, such as playing with coins.